Hello everybody, Sticks here with the Token Minorities, bringing you another deck on Pokemon TCGO, and today's deck is centered around Tyrantrum EX, 180 HP, so it's one of the higher HP EXs with perhaps, actually I think it is the single highest base attack in the entire standard format right now. I think even in Expanded it's only bested by Black Ballista from Black Kyurem, and that's Dragon Impact. 190 damage, discard 3 energy from this Pokemon, and it has a pretty weird energy cost. I will be explaining shortly how we will be able to take care of that. But before I get into the deck, I just want to remind you that if you enjoyed this deck and found this video helpful or just entertaining, please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe. It really helps us out and makes us able to do more stuff for the channel. But anyway, onto the deck. We are running 3 of the Tyrantrum just because, I mean, this is the main attacker and is the center of the deck. So we're running 3 of them, 2 Shaman just because setup, we want to be able to draw cards, and also we're only running 2 because you really don't want to clog your bench with too many Shaman, because you will want to run a couple Bronzongs and then have 1 Zoroark and a couple Tyrantrums. So I mean that's almost a full bench right there, so you really don't want to clog it up with Shaman. At most you want to have 1, 2 is when you're really pushing it, and it's going to be a slow and probably a rough match for you. We're running a 2-2 line of the Zorua and Zoroark. Zoroark for the stand-in ability. It's basically Keldeo Russian, so that way once you attack with Tyrantrum and you have to discard 3 energy, you're able to stand in, make Zoroark your active Pokemon, and then abuse Metal Links, because with Metal Links you can only attach Metal Energy to your bench, meaning that if you have a Tyrantrum active, you cannot attach to it from the discard pile. That is your only form of acceleration. So we will be having Zoroark do all of that for us, put Tyrantrum on the bench, then just retreat right back into it. We're running 1 Aegislash just in case we run into like a Night March or something like that. That way we can immediately shut it down with the Mighty Shield, and hopefully they don't run a Hexmaniac or only run 1 and it's stuck, so that way Aegislash, just a really good backup attacker. And on the note of backup attackers, Zoroark also functions as another non-EX, not another non-EX, but just an non-EX backup attacker with Mind Jack. If our opponent has a loaded bench, does a ton of damage. Running a 3-3 line of Bronzor and Bronzong just because you don't really want to have too many Bronzong. Like, really 2 is the ideal number. 1, going to be kind of a slow match. 3, you're really limiting yourself, and while you will have excellent acceleration, it really just limits the bench space that you have. 1 Battle Compressor to get the Metal Energy into the discard pile, and potentially a supporter if you really need that. 2 Level Ball to get out the Bronzor and the Zorua. Those are the only things that it can fetch, and we're only running 2 just because, I mean, normally you'll just want to search for 1 Zorua and 1 Bronzong because hopefully you'll have 1 in your hand. 1 Professor's Letter to get the energy into our hand just in case we don't have one drawn that turn, or if we want to Ultra Ball them away to get another Pokemon out and put some Metal Energy in the discard pile. 1 Super Rod in case we have to get rid of like some Zorua or some Bronzor with like a Sycamore or an Ultra Ball or something like that. Put them back into the deck, and despite this deck wanting energy in the discard pile, sometimes you realize that, oh whoops, I put a little bit too much, so Super Rod can also help with that. 1 Switch just in case we don't have a Float Stone and a Zoroark out and our opponent Lysander's in a Bronzong. That way we aren't just completely stuck and we are able to switch out. 4 Ultra Ball just to search out the rest of our deck. 3 VS Seeker because I didn't want to run 4 just because I'd rather have the Sycamore in place of that other VS Seeker just for guaranteed draw support. 1 Giovanni Scheme because while Tyrantrum does hit for 190, which knocks out every single EX, that extra 20 damage can really help with some Megas, like a Mega Manectric and Mega Mewtwo Y. Both of them have 210. Play 1 Giovanni Scheme, and guess what? You are knocking those out with a single Dragon Impact. 2 Lysander, we're running a 2-3-4 line of the Lysander, Birch, and Sycamore. That is, I said my ideal line was 2-3-3, but I'm running 4 just because this deck you do not want to get stuck with because it has a lot of heavy retreat cost. So you want to constantly be able to play cards and play through your deck. So that's why I'm running 1 Sycamore in place of a VS Seeker, just because. Running 1 Skyline in case you just want a Float Stone or an Ultra Ball or something like that. And then 2 Parallel Cities simply to be counter stadiums. We don't have any water, grass, or fire types in our entire deck, so the negative effects from Parallel City do not affect us, and we want to limit our opponent's bench space really A lot. That's the goal of Parallel City. 2 float stones for mostly for Zoroark, but also for Bronzong, just in case that you need to slap one on there. So that way, if it gets Lysandered into the active spot, you can pull it out. 2 muscle bands, just because sometimes even 210 damage isn't enough, and also this works as a kind of permanent Giovanni scheme. That way you don't have to waste your supporter on that extra 20 damage, and you can knock out the Megas while still being able to play supporter if you have a Muscle Band. And it's worth noting that if you play a Muscle Band and a Giovanni scheme in one turn, then Tyrantrum will be able to one-shot Mega Mewtwo X, which 230 HP is usually the bulkiest type of thing you will face, and if you one-shot that, that's pretty ridiculous. Running 4 Double Dragon Energy to take care of that funky attack cost from Tyrantrum. Basically, the Double Dragon is to replace the Fighting Energy, because we will be running the Metal Energy, so that's really what the Double Dragon's for. And then 10 Metals just to throw them in the discard pile and use Bronzong's Metal Links to attach them. Occasionally, we'll manually attach them, but they are mostly for the Bronzong's Metal Links, and also they can help out Zoroark and Aegislash, since neither of them can take the Double Dragon Energy. But yeah, that is the deck, and let's go ahead and see this deck in action. Alrighty, we have found one against the Hype using, it might actually be the exact same deck. It looks like he has Dragon Metal and Colorless, so I mean, it's probably the same deck. He just won't have a Zoroark, so I mean, I think that's where we might be able to pull ahead, be able to Lysander in some Bronzongs, and get some other stuff done. Our opponent had nothing in their hand. Unfortunately, we don't start off with anything, like any draw support or anything like that, so I am just going to start with a Tyrantrum and then an Aegislash on my bench. Looks like he is using Crushing Hammer, so instead of his Zoroark, it looks like he's going for Slight Disruption, I guess. But anyway, we even see a 0-6, so I have to be very careful with how I play my Double Dragons. Like, I'll only be able to play them as soon as I get something down. So I also saw a Headringer, so I will want to immediately get a Muscle Band onto my Tyrantrum and a Float Stone onto my Aegislash, so they cannot get Headringered. I don't think he will want to waste a 0-6 on that per se. It's actually a Latios deck, so that's pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and play this here, play this onto there, go for the Float Stone actually on the Bronzor. Let's go ahead and Professor's Ladder, grab 2 of these. Just let me check to see if I have a Shaman. Yes, I do. Okay, that's perfect. I also have Zorua and Zoroark, so I have both of those. Let's see if any of the Zoroark are prized. It looks like they are not, so that's phenomenal for me. So let's just grab 2 of these, play down the Parallel City, limit what my opponent can play, go ahead and play this Metal Energy onto here, Ultra Ball both of these away, grab the Shaman, play that down, get a total of 6 cards in our hand, go for a Level Ball, grab a, look, I think I want to grab, I definitely want to grab a Zorua, go ahead and play that, and I think what I am going to do is go ahead and end my turn there, because I don't want to have to Super Rod back in the whatchamacallit. So he does go for the Crushing Hammer, he does not get it, he is immediately going to go for a Double Dragon and a Muscle Band. Gets rid of our Parallel City. That's not a big deal because we've already played the one Shaman that I kind of want to go for. And looks like he might just go for a fast raid this turn. Yeah, so this is a... Okay, so this is probably just a Mega Latios deck then, because you wouldn't normally just see a Latios EX deck, because that would be kind of dumb, I think, because Latios can donk first turn, which is why you would want to run the Muscle Band. He is just going to go for the 0-6, get rid of the Float Stone, it looks like, just go for a quick fast raid, and that will be all he can do for the turn. So what I am going to do is play the Zoroark right here, and I think right now I am just going to go ahead and Professor Birch, hopefully get something that I can work with. Doesn't look like it, so I am going to, let's see, play a Muscle Band onto this, and then play a Metal Energy onto here. That way I might be able to go ahead and do something next turn. Yeah, if I can get a double dragon. So I am just going to end my turn right there. Actually, what I am going to do, because I do have a muscle band on this and I have a Zoroark, is go ahead and I think can't decide what I want to do, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and switch into my Aegislash. That way he cannot attack, and he has to have a Lysander in order to be able to attack. So that's what I'm going to go for right there. If I get a double dragon, I will then Skyla for a float stone. That way I can immediately play it onto my Zoroark and just go for the what is it called? Dragon Impact on the Latios. So he's currently stuck. It looks like he has a Dunsparce. That's interesting. I'm not sure what he's going for right there, but he's going to go for a Crushing Hammer, gets heads. Going to get rid of a Metal Energy, but that's not a big deal if I can get a Bronzong or something like that. I do get a Lysander. That's not what I want, so what I am going to go ahead and do is Skyla, see if I can get... you know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and Skyla for a Sycamore, just because I need that next turn, because I am stuck right now. But my opponent is not able to attack, so I am able to waste the Skyla on a Sycamore for this turn. So that's not too bad. We do see another Muscle Band. He actually judges. Okay, so we get 4 cards. Hopefully we can get something off of that. And, okay, so we get a VS Seeker. This actually isn't the worst thing in the world, necessarily. Because our opponent is stuck, but I can just go ahead and evolve the Bronzong. Oh, wait, this works actually a lot better than I thought it would. So what I can do is play the Bronzong onto the Bronzor, play the Battle Compressor, get rid of a Sycamore, probably get rid of a Lysander. That way I can do that. And how many Metal Energy do I have in the discard pile? I have 4, so I don't think I need to discard any more of those. So I am just going to do that. Play the VS Seeker, grab the Sycamore, and there we go. Alright, so what I am going to immediately do is Metal Links this onto, I think I'm, yeah, well, I mean, it's, do I want to attack this turn? I might want to attack, so it'll do 100 damage with the Zoroark, so I actually might just attack this turn with the Zoroark to get something else going, and then I will go ahead and, you know what, I think that'll be my turn. Then I will stand in. I will take a Fast Raid for 60, but that is a 2-hit KO. Go for a Mind Jack right here for 100 damage on the Latios, and I will be able to power up a Tyrantrum in the background, Ultra Ball away for another Bronzong, and then just double Metal Links onto it, as well as play a... Okay, so that's what he's going to do. So this is where it gets kind of interesting. Okay, so he goes for a Fast Raid right now. I will be able to KO the Latios this turn, so if I can... Let's go ahead and Ultra Ball away this and one of these to grab another Bronzong. Let's go ahead and play this down here. And what I am going to do is just go ahead and Sycamore away my hand, I think. Hopefully get a Float Stone. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and play this here. Just make sure I get the KO this turn. Go for a Metal Links onto this. Go for another Metal Links onto this. And he will be able to KO my Zoroark next turn, so I want to hang on to the Super Rod this turn, so I could Sycamore, but I don't necessarily want to. So right now I'm just going to Mind Jack, get rid of that Latios, take 2 prizes, see if I can get something that I can work with. And I do get a Double Dragon, so even after I get KO'd, I can immediately just bring in my Tyrantrum and one-shot this Latios for, I think I'll hit him for 210 damage, actually. So right now he's probably just going to Fast Raid, yep, get rid of my Zoroark. What I can do now is promote my Tyrantrum, go ahead and Super Rod back in, the Zorua, the Zoroark in. You know what? I have to... So I'm going to get another Zoroark back. So I like those Metal Energy in the discard pile. Going to go ahead and get rid of the VS Seeker and the Shaman to grab a Zorua to put on the bench. Play that here. Go ahead and play the Double Dragon on Tyrantrum. Sycamore for 7. And we even see the Zoroark, so that's phenomenal. Going to go ahead and Metal Links this onto the Aegislash. And then I'm going to play Metal Links this onto the Aegislash as well. I can Skyla for a Float Stone next turn, and we don't even get to attack because our opponent just concedes the match. Oh man, we would have been able to one-shot the Latios with a Dragon Impact, but unfortunately we do not, as our opponent saw that we had too good of a setup, and we would have just been able to destroy the Latios next turn. So yeah, that was match number 1, and let's go ahead and see if we can find one more. Alright, we have found another against Garchomp. No, I mean, I guess it makes kind of sense. Who's using a Fire and Psychic normal deck, so that should be interesting. I'm intrigued to see what it is. It might be Mega... Oh, it's probably a Mega Houndoom Bats. So we lost the flip of that. That stinks. So we will have to go second. My opponent will be able to get a Mega Houndoom first turn. And we even start off with a Zorua, so that's not necessarily what we want to start off with. Let's see what all he's got. Okay, that really doesn't help us at all. But I mean, we do see Blacksmith, so plot twist, he's running a fighting attacking deck, so I guess we really should have expected that one at least. Let's see what he starts off with. Yes, I would like to draw a card. It's a Double Dragon. Oh man, that's horrible. Ooh, it's a Speed Charizard deck. That's unfortunate. He actually might even be able to attack turn 2. This will be a tough matchup, especially since we can't go first, and he even has the Heart Gold, Soul Silver stuff, so that's pretty neat. Kangaskhan on the bench. That's gonna be a problem, I guess, if he is able to get it powered up. If I can get a Tyrantrum powered up and for some reason or another he's not able to attack, then I will be able to pull off the win, because Tyrantrum will be able to one-shot and he won't be able to hit me fast enough. So we do see a Bronzor. What I'm going to go ahead and do is Level Ball, grab probably another Zorua, yeah, because the one in the active is going to get knocked out. Let's play that. Go ahead and play the Parallel City. That's fine. And then we have to Sycamore. I hate to get rid of a Double Dragon. That is the most valuable resource that I have. So let's play this down. Let's go ahead and play a Tyrantrum. Let's Ultra Ball away. Let's Ultra Ball away both Metal for a Shaman. Yes, let's do that. Hopefully get something else that we can use this turn. So we do have a pretty decent start, but we actually do not. I do see the Float Stone, so that's pretty nice. I'm going to save the Battle Compressor for now, and I think I'm just going to hold on to my hand. He will be able to KO me this turn, but I will be able to just send in a Zoroark and hit something, hopefully. If I can get another Bronzong and a Double Dragon off of the Birch, then I actually will be able to Dragon Impact next turn. So that's what I'm going to have to hope for. If he has a Blacksmith or just a manual attachment, he'll be able to knock out the Zorua. I'm actually counting on him knocking it out, or he just Sycamores, so he didn't have much in his hand at all. He has a Mega Turbo, that's interesting. Must be for the... So this is a Mega Houndoom Charizard deck, or this is just a Mega Charizard deck. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know what he's going to do. If I was him, I would just take the free prize on the Zorua. That way he can probably Lysander in a Bronzong later in the game to be able to just kill something. Or he just attaches to the Charizard on the bench. Okay, so he does just choose to Mega Evolve. This one has 220, so... oh, man. So once he damages himself, then the Tyrantrum will be able to attack him. So what I am going to do is play the Zorua, the Zoroark right there, go for a Bronzong, and then get a Metal Lynx onto this Tyrantrum on the bench. Hopefully I can, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and Metal Links, get rid of both of those. No, I don't want to get rid of the Float Stone, that's kind of valuable. And then get rid of probably a Professor Sycamore. Do I already have one in the discard pile? Yes, I do. So I'm actually not going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of actually the Giovanni Scheme, just because that will most likely be my VS Seeker target. And then I'm going to Sycamore Birch right now, please. Oh man. Don't get that, but I do get another Bronzong. And what I can do is attach this here, play a Metal Links onto this Tyrantrum, go for the Parallel City, and then retreat my Zoroark into my Zorua to be it for my turn. So the only way my opponent can attack next turn is if he gets if he plays a Blacksmith and gets a manual attachment, meaning he will not be able to Lysander in anything, and he even doesn't have any of those. So he has to go for a Tierno, just gets rid of my Parallel City again. So he does win the Stadium War. I only run 2, so he will just be able to mill through his deck a little bit. But the thing is, let's see, what does Protection Cube do? Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon is... Okay, so it can't do 50 damage to itself, meaning that I will have to get a little bit more damage on it somehow. So what I am actually going to do is go ahead and Sycamore away everything. Maybe... Oh man, I didn't get a Double Dragon, so that's unfortunate. But what I can do is go ahead and... I can attack with Zoroark at this turn to try to get some damage off on the Charizard, so I can be able to hit it later. So let's go ahead and do that. Play the Metal Links onto Zoroark. And this is not exactly what Zoroark is supposed to be used for, but I mean, given that my opponent started off kind of slow, this is what we are going to use it for. So then I'll go ahead and stand in. And that will probably be it for the turn. What I am going to do so I can increase my chances of drawing a Double Dragon is go ahead and Level Ball for the Bronzong, thin out my deck a little bit, go for a Mind Jack right now, do 100 damage, and that will be it for the turn. Again, the only way my opponent can attack next turn is if he has a Blacksmith and an attachment, which it doesn't look like he necessarily has. Okay, we do see a VS Seeker. I think we're going to see a Blacksmith this turn. We do see a Sycamore. Okay, so he must be really stuck if he has to resort to just drawing through his deck. So that's really nice for us. So he even gets rid of a, looks like a DCE. Was that what it was? Let's see it. I think, yeah, he gets rid of a DCE. We see another Charizard and a DCE come down, and he just scoops because he could not attack us. So that was, I mean, we were able to get set up, and although he had a pretty good first turn, he was not able to hit us. And I mean, I wasn't really able to... Actually, you know what? I'm going to try to get one more match just because I want to get one Dragon Impact off. And we haven't been able to do that yet. We could have first match, but our opponent scooped, and we were about to be able to this match, but again, our opponent scooped as soon as he saw our setup. So I'll try to get one more in. If not, I will just pause the video and be like, yeah, sorry. But anyway, let's just see if we can find one more. Alright, I'm really sorry guys. Unfortunately, TCGO has decided to kick me off, and I've tried a couple times to reconnect and to no avail. So I'm unfortunately going to have to end the video here, but you saw what the deck did and what it was capable of doing, and you almost saw me get off 2 Dragon Impacts, which, I mean, I definitely would have been able to get off the next turn in each battle. So I mean, you see how the acceleration is supposed to work and what's supposed to happen. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get a video of getting a Dragon Impact off and one-shotting an EX, so for that I apologize. But either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and this is Styx signing out. Why not? See you guys.